I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Okay. I need approval of minutes from the May 11th meeting. All right, Deb made the motion. Got a second anywhere?
Second.
Brayton's got a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Hearing none. We will go on. Highway Superintendent report. He's here, or he's there.
He was here.
Jeffrey, you there?
He may not be here. Did everyone get it?
Yeah, I got the. I'm looking right at Jeff. No, Jeff's saying, "Can anybody hear me?" No, we can't.
Tell him to take mute.
Take the mute off. Huh?
There he is.
You there, Jeff? Oh, all right. Well, we got the written. Everybody got the written report. I don't know if Jeff's got anything else to report. Okay, I guess we'll let it go with that. Leslie, town clerk.
Yeah, you got the town clerk's report too. Let's
Yeah.
quick. Let's see, 633 taken in, $384.78 remitted to the supervisor, and I think it was 24 dogs licensed.
Yeah, turn my speaker up.
And let's see, the other thing I wanted to bring up was, would the board be willing to waive late fees on the dog licenses that are late during this COVID thing?
Why are they?
I got a question.
How many are there?
How much did they?
How many are there?
How much did the amount to? $1 or $2 or something, or what? $3, $5?
Well, there's
more than that.
4 from April. There's about 20 from May that haven't been paid yet. So technically, if we don't get paid by the end of the month, they would be paying another $20. But there's about 4 from April. The reason, though, is because a lot of people haven't been able to get their dogs in to get them vaccinated for rabies.
No.
And I can't do anything without that vaccination. I can't license their dog just because of the computer system.
I would think we should give them another month. That's in line with other agencies and stuff are doing, isn't it?
Yeah, do we need a resolution to that effect later on?
It is a board decision, so yeah, that should be the subject of a resolution.
The resolution later on. All right, we'll do that. Put it on. I'm writing it down right now.
Yeah, I'll make one later if you want.
Okay. That's all I have.
Deb said she supports it too. So when we get to that point, so. All right. That's all you got, Leslie? All right. Dog license. I guess we're down to committees. Bill, got anything?
Nothing other than we've got a bill for the electric from who's the place we've been getting the bill from other than NYSEG?
Next amp.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, we did.
Did we? Where are we with the? Are we going to go back to NYSEG or did we or?
We're on NYSEG for the supplier or whatever. Yeah, we went to them. And the next amp, well, we still go through next amp because they're providing the solar and we get a supposedly 10% discount. I don't know. Brayton's Brayton's still studying it, so I don't know.
If you can figure it out, you're better than I am.
Yeah.
Well, we never left NYSEG as a supplier. We still
Right,
got
right.
$17.
No, we got rid of that, what was it? Energy East, not Energy East.
The guys from Florida.
Yeah, we got rid of them. They called me back the other day, making me a deal for 4 cents a kilowatt. I said, no, we're going to stay where we are. So, yeah. I don't know. They're just
So we're still using Xamp then?
Yeah, we're definitely using Examp because that's a separate deal from the NYSEG bill. Like, yeah, I don't. That's not. I'm not explaining that right. Yeah, we're still getting our 10% discount from Examp.
And we're
Did we figure out?
We're going to
Did
get
you
a
figure out the? Yeah.
What's that, Bill?
Did we figure out if we were really getting a 10% or is it still kind of vague?
The problem is you're not sure it's 10% of what.
Yeah, they take it off the month before or after. I don't know. It's hard to figure out there because they take it off a different month than when we got to pay. So you talk about going to circles. That's what we're doing. But I don't know. I think we're getting some kind of discount. I don't know if it's a full 10%, but definitely getting a discount of some sort. So.
Well, I've got a chart I was working on. It's not completely updated yet, but it makes no sense when you try to figure out what they're talking about.
I concur.
Well, that was my only concern. Maybe when we could meet in person, we can look at Brayton's chart and make more sense of it.
All right.
That's all I got.
All right, Bill. All right. Thanks, Bill.
Yep.
Now to Jeffrey.
2 things. The signage concern we've been looking at for the last few months, trying to create something. And right now, I'm in favor of presenting a motion to table it indefinitely and let it and not worry about it in the future, primarily because businesses have been hurt. Okay. And I don't see anything other than the only thing we might regulate. In other words, forget everything but billboards. And as far as billboard goes, billboards is already regulated by the state. You know what I'm trying to say? So other than just, we could come up with a simple line for billboards that relates to the property on premises use only, like no off-premises billboards. We could go that way, but still, I'm in favor of just tabling it, let it go away. Do I have anybody's comments on that?
Yeah, I'll go along with that, at least for now.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I can go along with that too. I see they turned the electricity on that one there by the ice cream place, and that's a pretty soft light. It's not glaring or anything like that. It's just all it does illuminates the lettering there. It's not about all it is. It's a pretty soft light. So I don't think that's going to be a big issue, but that's just that one.
So, Michael, are you
Oh, I don't know. They might be able to hear you through my microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff says he can hear you.
I can't.
Oh, Jeff, you can't? All right.
No. Well, I'm wondering, just wants to table definitely or out of further.
Oh, all right. You're hearing that? Deborah wants to know if you want to table it indefinitely or just for a further date.
Table it indefinitely.
Hear that, Deb?
Yeah, but what does that mean?
Well, once you table something, it's tabled until somebody makes a motion to take it off the table. So it's not like it wasn't a specific plan. It wasn't a specific item that you were going to vote up or down. It was something that you were looking into putting something together. So, I mean, you can do that at any time.
Right, okay, great. That's fine with me.
And the next item I had, okay, is the recent court outcome on Gottman Ladd situation. So I'm asking, what are we waiting for next? Are we waiting for further court action, or is the court waiting for us to take further action, or what? Pat?
Okay, well, the court sent it back to the town board or to the town, saying that they disagreed. They had a lot of things to say in their decision, but mostly the main thing that came back was that they disagree with the finding that the bunkhouse was not a second dwelling on the same. So, you know, part of the proceeding was the town board adopting or the code officers finding that, you know, one, there was only one dwelling on the property, and two, that it didn't go outside the footprint. So the court sent back, in the words of the finding, that the petition is granted. So the determination of the code enforcement officer regarding the bunkhouse is annulled, and the variance granting a permit for the bunkhouse is annulled. And remitted back to the town court, to Covert Town Board for further proceedings. So, you know, nothing is particularly easy or straightforward when we're doing meetings over the computer like this. But ultimately, it would be the subject of, so, I mean, both sides of, everybody involved in litigation has that decision of the judge. So they both know full well that you know, basically there is an active violation of the land management ordinance at the property relating to having two residences on one parcel. So we could either issue a summons and proceed that way, or contact them and say, hey, the court found that this is a violation that requires a variance. You know, rather than going to court, submit your application for a variance, and we'll deal with it pursuant to the code. And again, neither one of those options is particularly attractive, given they can't go to town court until August, and, you know, having a public hearing in this type of forum is it's kind of asking for trouble. It can be done, but I think it would just lead to more problems. So I'm recommending that that we wait until we can have meetings in person.
Okay. So what do you mean by going backwards in the beginning? You said issue a summons. What does that mean? Does it need to be updated or new one created or what? Whatever it is.
Well, there's a violation of the zoning of the land management ordinance, in that the court found that the bunkhouse constituted dwelling. Our land management ordinance says you can only have one dwelling on each parcel.
Mm-hmm.
So just as if the building were too high or too close to the line, it would be a violation of the land management ordinance,
Yeah.
for which we could either issue a summons and proceed in the town court, which is basically supposed to being seeking a criminal sanction. You would be seeking a fine. That's one option. Another option is a proceeding in the county court, in the Supreme Court, asking for the court to remove, to require that the second dwelling be removed. But anywhere along those lines, the applicant could request a variance, and we could have the proceeding on the variance. And so rather than running to the court, I would suggest speaking with the landowner and say, hey, apply for your variance and we'll listen to what you have to say. But again, that requires public hearings, and not that it's not impossible, it's just somewhat problematic, as we can see from trying to conduct this meeting.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what do other people think?
Well, there's no pressure to act at the moment, I don't believe.
Right?
I kind of like Pat's idea, just wait and see if we can, we probably have to go the variance route, even if we deny the variance. Now, I don't fully understand the consequences of that, but that would basically force the landowner to modify it to the point where it's no longer a residence. Is that a reasonable outcome?
Yeah, if that variance were to be denied, it would, yeah, it could be, I mean, basically, there's no kitchen in it. So the particulars of it, I don't know what the particulars of it would be as to what is, we'd have to get into specifics of what would be considered a dwelling and what isn't. Because a couple months ago,
Yeah.
the town board found, and their zoning officer's recommendation, that he didn't consider it a dwelling because there was no kitchen. And that sounded reasonable to me at the time, and the court disagreed. So,
Different.
what are you gonna do?
Or Clerk.
So I'm not gonna go and tell you, absolutely, this is what has to happen, because, a couple months ago, we thought we knew what was happening, and it turns out the judge had a different idea.
Well, the problem was in the definition, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what he.
Because the definition that we had in our land management wasn't the same definition that he was using to define a dwelling. Was the confusion, I believe.
Correct.
But we could still issue, if they applied, we could still issue a variance for the whole thing if we chose to.
Sure. And there's also part of their argument was that, hey, this has been used in this way for years and years before they ever showed up. And if it's the case that it is in that use prior to adoption of the land management ordinance, or that part of the land management ordinance, then it could be that it predates, that it would predate the ordinance and it wouldn't be subject to it. But that would come out in a variance proceeding.
And I'll get it in there. Adam's not here.
All right, Deb is trying to say something. We're all going to be quiet now.
All right, be quiet. Let Deb talk. Go, Deb, go.
I think I would like to see it myself and make my decision, because there's so much gray area from he said, she said, and what it looks like, and if it's not a kitchen or it is a kitchen. I would like to
Mike hopes that. Mike hopes that.
Well, you hope that, and I hope that if that's the case, we have that whole month to perhaps go and view this place and have a decision by next month. That's my thought.
Anybody hear that? I hope.
No.
Okay, so I think Deb, Mike, if you don't mind, I think Deb was saying, okay, well, that's all well and good. There's lots of gray area here. Let's think about this and have a plan in place for next month.
So I said, go there and visualize.
Deb wants to go and look at it.
Oh, go ahead.
I will.
I mean, that's fine. You can always do that.
Make a decision on this since it's gone to court.
Has everybody seen the decision?
I read it. Oh, yeah, I read it and all that. Right. Yeah.
And I need to see it.
You gotta go. You gotta physically go down there and look at it. So. Which,
Yes, I think we owe that, both of them, to do that, to make this decision. They've gone to court, they spent money, they've wasted all this time. We owe them that. That's my thought.
okay. Yep. Is they down there? Anybody know? They down there now? Probably somebody's living down there now, aren't they? Yeah, somebody down there probably now. Anyway. All right, Jeffrey, did that answer your question, I guess? Or
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Pat. Anything else, Jeff?
Nope.
Are you done? Okay. Deb, I guess you're up next.
Well, I wanted to ask MacCheyne about the tree down at Barton. I wondered if he was able to go down and take care of that. Since he's not audible, I can't ask him that. And also, I wanted to know about the bridge, Frontenac Bridge. If we were going to get compensation from the federal government with a grant or anything.
I haven't heard anything, and I haven't heard anything more. Remember, I called Reed hooked us up with out on bridges and stuff like that, and I haven't heard hiding their hair from them, but I think they're doing everything. Looking at this Corona stuff all the time. I don't know if they've even looked at that kind of stuff, but
Yeah,
no, I haven't.
but they have money set aside that we can actually be going after if it's there.
Right, there's money. Yeah, the feds give them money. So, I don't remember. I got it written down somewhere. I'd have to.
And also, we're going to go ahead and get a Zoll AED for the meeting room.
Oh yeah, did you guys hear that?
No.
Oh, yeah, Deb found we're gonna get an AED for the town hall there. I think we're gonna go through steps. Well, Zoll's the vendor that we'll get it through, but we're gonna go through steps, and they think that's a worthy cause, and I think we're gonna get the money through that to finance it. There'll probably be a PR class coming with this whole thing. That's probably how we're gonna hook onto it. We got to show.
What are you talking about again? What are you talking about again?
An AED defibrillator for the town hall there. In case
Oh, yeah, good.
somebody
Good idea.
has a heart attack or something there, we can jumpstart them, hopefully. We're back at normal, see. Quite a few people go through that place in a day or a week. So, I don't know, Brian thought it'd be a necessary thing we should have, and it kind of makes those sense. And I think we can get one without costing us a lot of money. So I think Steps is willing to pay for it. So I don't know why not. So
Jeffrey here, are we gonna get any kind of training on it?
yeah, I think that's the carrot we got to throw out there to get the money from Steps is we got to make have some training available for us and the community there, and which I think we can do. We did it. God, we did it now. Remember, we did it 2 years ago. The firemen did it in the basement there for 3 or 4 months. So we can set it up down there. Whatever we got to do, we can make it work. And Deb's already talked to firemen. They say, yeah, Chris Fox, they'll educate us. So I think we got all the stuff's in place. We just got to fill out the paperwork and get it done. So that's what Deb was working on today.
Past couple weeks.
Okay, that's it for you? All right. I don't have much of anything. Things are quiet. Like I say, I think we might open up the end of the month there, go back to 100% employment and everything at the county level. And I don't know, we'll see if I have that. Like I said, the governor he moves the goalposts every day, but today he seemed pretty optimistic about things, so maybe things are going to really start moving faster. Other than that, I don't have much. Pat, you got anything else besides what you've been?
No, that was, you pretty much heard everything I got.
You did the most talking tonight so far, so kudos to you.
Thank you.
All right. But on the resolutions then, I guess. I need the approval of the dog late fee accrued during the pause, which is we talked about earlier. Waiving the late fee. What's that, Deb? Pause. All right, I get it. Pause. Yeah.
I make the motion.
Deb makes the motion.
I'll second it.
But
Duration.
they end the pause. Do we want to go like a month after that before we start penalizing people?
No.
Let's not.
If the governor lifts the pause, that's great, but now all of a sudden you've got a bunch of folks that may or may not have their dog vaccinated. It may take a little while to get it done.
I'd say push it back to August or something like that. Wouldn't that be a couple months from now? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, we could revisit it then. We could go to August for now and revisit it in August.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah. You need to give them enough time to be reasonable, get their stuff done.
All right. I make a motion that we pause August.
That makes a motion that we pause till August. Anybody second that?
I will.
I do.
2 or 3 seconds there, so I guess. All right. All those in favor of doing that, say aye.
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 Bunch of ayes. Maybe opposed. Hearing none, I need approval of the Supervisor's income and expenditure report.
I'll move to approve that.
Jeff, make the motion. One first, 1 second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody
Aye.
opposed? Nobody opposed. Hearing none. I need approval of the highway superintendent's report.
So moved.
Jeff.
Second.
Second.
Deb and Bill are going to second it. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Hearing none. I need approval of the town clerk's report.
So move.
Jeff and Deb. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Hearing none. I need approval of the code enforcement officer's report.
So move.
Okay.
Second it. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No? Okay, very good. Dog control officer report. We get one? I don't know I saw one, did I? We got one, Leslie?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It was pretty simple.
Oh, all right. I must have missed it. All right, so I need approval of it. Who's gonna do it?
So moved.
Brayton's gonna do it. Need a second?
Second.
Deb's gonna second. All those in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed? Hearing none. To pay the bills.
Hey, before you do that,
All right,
Can I-
Yeah, Deb.
I got a-
Leslie? What?
I got a few more bills. $966.59 from Seneca Stone to add on to the Seneca Stone.
That's on highway.
So about
Okay.
1,000. Let's see,
No.
you already got the Morabito. There is a MedX bill for $364.
So was that for our monthly fee? Whatever they got?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Deb says put the brakes on. She's talking. Hang on. Oh, I
We
get.
have, because of the coronavirus, everything is dead.
Yeah.
So I want to know, is that bill the $300 and some just for the month of May, or how long is that for?
Can you see that, Leslie?
Yeah, it is. Sorry, now I have them everywhere. It is, yeah, mainly just the month of May. 14 calls.
A number of 7 or 8 calls for the month of May. So I would like to check that out. You can send me the information today.
Yep, I'll scan them tonight.
All right, I'll be in touch with you.
You want to hold off on that one then, not approve that one then? Or to put that off till next month?
Let me check that one out, please.
We can wait a month on that, can we?
Okay.
Leslie? Yeah.
I would think.
All right, we'll hold off on that one. Okay, is that it, Leslie? Is stuff to?
Yeah, I thought there was more, but that's it.
Okay. So I still need a motion to pay the bills as presented, except for the MedX bill, I guess.
So move.
That's gonna say aye. And got a second? Deb's gonna second. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Anybody opposed? Hearing none. Anything else, Leslie?
Are there any petitioners? I saw Barry Ford get online.
Is the World Wide Web listening to us? All right. Is anybody out there want to talk?
Yeah, I've got one little thing.
Oh, Brayton?
Don't need it tonight, but can we get fund balance numbers that were in the annual report? My concern is that when the governor realizes he hasn't got any money, some of these funds that we think we're going to get may dry up. I think we just ought to have some updated fund balance numbers so we can think about them a little bit. Don't need it tonight.
All right. I will work. All right. Yeah, I'm really worried about the CHIPS money. They keep saying it's guaranteed, but I'm really worried about that's the big chunk there, and I'm afraid he could do something crazy.
Oh, CHIPS, don't they still borrow the CHIPS from the Thruway Authority, or have they changed that? Doesn't matter, but I mean, the other, there's the O&M and some other stuff in there that doesn't come until later in the year. You could easily get frozen or reduced.
Right. Yeah, there's little small pieces. Yeah, I already know the one's not coming there. The AIM money there.
We just need to know where we stand, that's all.
All right.
Well, I think you got to worry about chips a year from now. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right. That could, I don't know, it could still keep snowballing on us. I don't know how that's gonna, can't tell. All right, man, anything else? Or anybody else? Any other petitioners? A lot of-
Do we know if there's any other people listening to this that are petitioners? Oh.
I think Barry tried to get on, but I'm not sure he did.
To me, that's important. So we all done?
I think so. I'm static, so I'm
I
gonna.
make a motion to adjourn.
And Deb says, let's quit.
So move. Second, whatever.
All right, hopefully this is the last one. Hopefully this is the last one. All right.
Yeah. Thank you all.